Yeah, this is Dawuda, man, G Kondo, man. This is my follow-up, man, to the last video I made, man, on Let's Talk MMA. I wanted to go into, man, you know, G Kondo. One of the main concepts that a lot of people are construed on or don't really understand. And we're going to go into the book so we can get clarity, man. Show them the cover so they know what we're dealing with here, man. The Tower of G Kondo. All knowledge is being taught out of here, is being taught out of this book. Let's go into this last part. Read that part nice and loud, man, what it says there in the end. Call off the page, too, man.
Page 201.
This is page 201. Let's go.
In Jeet Kune Do, all techniques is to be forgotten and the unconscious is to be left alone to handle the situation.
So it says all techniques is meant to be forgotten. All the techniques that we study in Wing Chun, all the techniques in Western boxing, all the techniques in fencing, all the techniques in Savate, all the techniques in our Western boxing, our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and our wrestling, man, all those techniques that we learn from all those arts eventually are meant to be forgotten so the subconscious can be left alone to handle the situation. This is the ultimate achievement in Jeet Kune Do, man, to have no style, to be free. Keep reading that.
The technique will assert its wonders automatically or spontaneously.
Right, it said the techniques will assert its wonders automatically, man. There's a part in that movie Longstreet where the guy came to Lee after Lee defended him. He was blind. He couldn't see what Lee did, but he knew that the threat was over. It was like 3 guys trying to attack him. And his question was the question to Lee was, what did you do to them? Okay? And I love it, man. Lee's response was, it wasn't what I did to them, it's what they did to themselves, man. Okay? Because the techniques that Lee used at his level, man, it was no more thought. It was just reaction, man. Okay, go ahead, finish reading that.
To float in totality, to have no technique, is to have all techniques.
See, it says the flow in totality, man. Okay? To have no technique is to have all technique, man. Go ahead, read that.
The knowledge and skill you have achieved are meant to be forgotten, so you can float comfortably in emptiness.
See, flow comfortably in emptiness, man. All the techniques you learn are meant to be forgotten. So there comes a point, man. They say that Jeet Kune Do is the art or the style of no style or the form of no form. But before you can have no form, you have to have form. Before you can have no style, you have to have a style. Okay? And then evolve. Okay? Finish reading that.
Float comfortably in emptiness without obstruction. Learning is important, but do not become its slave. Above all, do not harbor anything external and superstitious.
Right. That's why we non-traditional. Go back to now we're going to go to the last part, which are the facts. Any more in there?
There's a little more.
Go finish reading that last part.
The mind is primary. Any technique, however worthy and desirable, becomes a disease when the mind is obsessed with it.
Right. No matter what technique it says, man. So you can't harbor any, you know, technique or one way. You have to be totally clear, totally free. After your training has started, okay, you come to that point of learning, you evolve into your point of application. Then you learn to apply everything that you have learned. First, you must learn everything. Then you must learn how to apply it. Once you learn how to apply it, after you learn, then you can go into that level of now of just being free, man, being clear and just expressing yourself. That's the true nature of this art, man, the art of expression. Let's go to the facts now, man. Because they're teaching Jeet Kune Do out there and they're not dealing with these facts, man. You better question it, man. Let's read, man.
The facts of Jeet Kune Do. 1. The economy, tight structure, and attack and defense.
Right, the economy, tight structure, and attack and defense, man. That's talking about the on-guard stance, man. Let's go.
Number 2. The versatile and artful. Total kicking and striking weapons.
Right, total kicking and striking weapons, the artless artful, man. Everyone must have their own stamp on this art, man. No one is going to be doing it the same way as Lee did it, man. Jeet Kune Do is going to be different from each individual depending on their capabilities and, you know, and their understanding of the art, man. That's the artless artful, man. And everyone must put their own stamp on it. That's why the principles was absorb what is useful, reject what is useless, add what is uniquely your own, man. And everyone must do that in this art. Add what is uniquely your own. Finish reading that.
The broken rhythm.
The broken rhythm.
The half beat.
Half beat.
And the 1 or 3 and a half beat. JKD's rhythm and attack and counter.
Right. JKD's rhythm and attack and counter. It goes into your footwork, man. Jeet Kune Do masters footwork, man. Okay? Footwork is an art in itself, man. It must be studied as such. Go ahead.
4. Weight training and scientific supplementary training.
Stop. Weight training, man. And scientific supplementary training, man. That's personal training, man. This art ultimately is a personal fighting system, man. And it says weight training, man. You must be in the gym getting the body strong, man. Okay, quads, hamstrings, calves, back, chest, stomach, core, neck, everything, man. Weight training and supplementary training, it says. Go ahead.
Number 5. The JKD direct movement and attacks and counters.
The JKD direct movement, man. Ultimately, the meaning of this art is way of the intercepting fist, man. There's 5 ways of attack, but that direct attack, that intercepting attack is primary, man. Go ahead.
6. The shifty body and light footwork. 7. Done crispy stuff and unassuming attacking tactics. 8. Strong infighting. A. Shifty blasting. B. Throwing. C. Grappling. And D. Immobilization.
Grappling, man. It says strong infighting, goes into a couple other things, and it also says grappling, man. Lee dealt with grappling, man. During Lee's time, they didn't really go into the mount and the guard and the escapes. During Lee's time, they went to takedowns and submission, strictly. It was more from the judo end of grappling, okay? It was demonstrated in Enter the Dragon in the beginning, the very first fight scene. It was demonstrated in the Chinese Connection Man when he fought the American boxer. The boxer caught him in an arm bar. And what did Lee do? He bit him to get out, man. Okay? So grappling aspect has always been part of Jeet Kune Do, but very few artists today in Jeet Kune Do study that aspect of it, man. Okay? MMA is an excellent venue, man, to express our art. A lot of Jeet Kune Do fighters don't like to use it because they say, oh, we can't use the groin attacks, we can't use the finger jab. But hell, neither can they, man. Neither can your opponent, man. Okay? The art is modified, or that sport is modified, man, for certain skills and certain techniques, man. My only advice to Jeet Kune Do practitioners is that they really, really understand their art and they really have put their own stamp on it, man, before they go in there. Because you really have to remodify it again to go into competitions, man. But we done modified the art once to fit ourselves. So modifying it again for competitions, again, it's just another way for you to express your art. And plus, there's a couple of dollars in there as far as the last time I was looking, man. There's a couple of dollars in that game, man. Okay? And you see we go into that aspect, man, and it's strictly just to test our skills, man. Any more? Finish reading that, man.
9. All out sparring and the actual...
All out sparring, man. All out sparring, man. Jeet Kune Do is the father of mixed martial arts, the father of MMA, man. All out sparring. And what else it said?
And actual contact training on moving targets.
Go ahead.
10. The sturdy tools through continuous sharp